March 15 is called IDES of March. It is famous for Julius Caesar when he was killed. I also faced an IDES of March. That was March 15th, 2002. This is what had happened. Those who remember 2000, there was a lot of blackout. I think the time we had the toughest blackout in Kenya's history up to today was the year 2000, 2001, where electricity was being used 8 hours per day. And we ran a barbershop stroke salon, and you could find 1 week, there were 3 shifts. So imagine one shift could go, 1 week could go the whole week without opening the barber stroke salon, because it would come through at night time. So a lot of businesses were closed. And I also noticed during the corona time that somebody called a landlord or landlady does not know that there's those problems, or they did not know that there was corona. They did not know that in the year 2000 there was a blackout throughout. They didn't want to know. You just pay the same amount you had agreed. So we had to close that, and we moved into a cheaper house. One day, I was going to an outdoor bathroom with water, and I passed two ladies who are doing their salon work. And you see, my spouse running a salon, I could tell who a good salonist was. But you see, looking at the way they were attending to each other, and also my bath water was going to get cold, I told them that by the time they're through, I'll talk to them, because it brings a challenge when when a man stares at women for more than enough. So okay, I went back and told the lady who was attending to the other lady, "You appear to be good at this work." She said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, we had just closed our salon, and I can see by then electricity was back." So I wanted to agree with her that we use the electricity from that plot, so that those equipment we had, plus there were those perishable things like Vaseline and whatever, and chemicals. So we said we used the electricity on the plot, and she was gracious enough to tell me that she would introduce me to her husband, so that we do it a foursome, whereby the two couples meet and we discuss. So we agreed that we met at the 4 couples. The 2 couples, that is 4 people. We agreed that she does the salon work, and whatever profits she gets, we share half. Then there was the caretaker. Who, whenever he came, he saw her using electricity. So he wanted us to renegotiate the rent, because she said the houses were for residential, and if we are turning them into a business venture, then we have to pay slightly more, especially now that we are using more electricity. So when he talked to that lady. The lady referred the caretaker to me. So there was always pressure every day. Every time he came to the plot, he wanted more money for the usage. Just he, according to him, just using that plot as a salon place, without even considering the electricity, we should pay something more. And then also we have to pay him more because we are using electricity. And I approached the lady, told her that after dealing with any lady, whatever she pays, because the agreement was 50-50. And then she sent her husband, who told me, no, do this, let her do everything, so that at the end of the month, we sit down and calculate how much it is, and then I pay you half of what have been agreed. So I kept off her until the end of the month. By the end of the month, nearly half of the chemicals were already used, and we wanted to sit down. We calculated and found that she had made 3,000 shillings. But according to me, it was more than 3,000 because there was nobody to supervise her. And even the chemicals that she had come to collect from the house was more than 3,000 shillings. So I just accepted the 3,000, and because I knew that if the chemicals would continue staying in the house unused, they'll get spoiled. So I asked for them to give us the 1,500 shillings to 1,500 shillings our share. And then that is when the story started. For over 15 months, I would approach the husband. The husband would look at the calendar. If it is mid-month, he would say, come at the end of the month. When I go to the end of the month, he says, come on 15th during the advance salary. We did that for 15 months because I remember there is something that I believe that if we are planning something and somebody else knows, then you must have told somebody and forgotten. He later complained, much later, after the IDES of March, he complained that I knew his family and I knew he was the only breadwinner, and yet I did not understand him, but I'll come to that. So there's a few people had told that if it were those days when I was still in the police, I would follow him for the 1,500, and if he seems not to be interested in giving me, if I was still in the police, I would have organized for placing bang on him. I think that is what annoyed him, because he was saying that I knew that he was the only breadwinner and I wanted him to be jailed. So we continued, and I used to complain, if it is 15 months and it is 1,500, if I were be given 100 per month, that would have ended. But I said, I'll chase my money to the last cent. So, as I said, every day I would go to visit them. They would look at the calendar and say, oh, this is mid-month, they come end month. And if they look at the calendar and it states that it is end month, then they would say, why can't you come in mid-month when we have a salary advance? Then IDES of March, that is 15th March. I went to see them, and she was not, both of them were not there, but there was his child from an earlier marriage. It was his son, but officially used to tell people that was his youngest brother. The boy, when I reached this, he told me, walisema, they said if you come, you should not leave. Then I started thanking my gods in that at long last today I'll not leave without some coins. So when I came, kumbe the boy had gone to where they were, and they came to the house, to that house, many of the people. And then we started talking politics because that is the time when Mudavadi wanted to be the vice chairman of KANU, one of the vice chairmen of KANU, and Jirongo had also declared he wanted that. So I just told them that Jirongo is a spoiler, such and such a thing. And then I reached a place and said, hey, time is going, and you know, somebody who does not give out money, you tell him, you want to talk to him when the money is in your pocket. I said, oh, see, I see you aside so that you give me something. Then, you know, when the money is in the pocket, you feel relaxed. And then that is when he challenged me, said, you know my family, and you know I'm the only breadwinner. How can you go around telling people that you'll plant bang on me, and then I be jailed, and you know if I'm jailed, the whole family will suffer. I pretended not to remember. Actually, even many years now, 22 years now, I don't know who told him, but I'm sure I told less than 5 people. And then that is when the whole group attacked me in a mob-like situation and broke my leg. Broke my leg. Of course, I went to Melchizedek Hospital along Naivasha Road. Thanks, Melchizedek Hospital. And when I got cured, the fellow was jailed. And that is how I got my leg broken on 15th March 2002. So IDES of March is not only for Julius Caesar, but even me.